Girl, y'all tried to tell this story, but I felt like y'all missed a couple of points. Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. So Nappily Ever After came on this weekend on Netflix. I don't know if this is supposed to be original, but it comes from the book. I have not read the book before I go ahead and review it. Also, let me tell you, as a male, as a cisgender male, I'm just telling my story of how I felt about the movie and from what I've heard about, you know, the responses that women have been giving about this movie. So I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all know that, because I know some folks are like, how's this man gonna be telling us? I ain't gonna be telling y'all none of that. I'm not no hotel Negro, that's not me. But watching Nappily Ever After, I really thought this was going to be this movie that was going to tell me something. I felt like it was going to really tell a story of, you know, not necessarily telling women that they need to stop wearing weaves or they need to get into their natural hair, but just understanding the history of where that stuff comes from. And Nappily Ever After did not do that for me. I felt like y'all really tried to. A lot of women were saying that they were glad the book was good, but the movie didn't do them any justice. Now we had Sanaa Lathan, you know, she was trying to do her little thing. I guess this was pre-Biden Beyonce or whatever, but the movie, watching it, I was trying to get there. I was like, I hope, and I told my friend as we were watching, I said, I hope that it does not take the route of this man, you know, saving her. Like at the end of the movie, she gets with this guy in their relationship. I did not want to see that. I was like, I feel like women have seen a lot of movies like that where men try to come in and save, and I feel like we don't need any of that. And not even just the hair being a savior, but just finding the energy in yourself to make the choice of what works for you. But there were so many things that did not like. Now, they tried to talk about where the history, you know, I think homegirl Lynn Whitfield was playing the angry mother, whatever, and she was straightening the hair, and she was saying that she can't be in there. Now, I felt like it was a perfect opportunity. I felt like it was a perfect opportunity for them to explain, why are we, you know, straightening black women's hair? Why are we straight? Why are we like doing this? What is the purpose? Like, talk about the history of that. But I felt like they didn't want to do that because it becomes like almost anti-white. But pro-blackness itself is anti-white, because we live in a white supremacist world. It doesn't necessarily mean that we hate white folks, we hate whiteness. I think people need to understand that. Pro-black is anti-white, because when you talk about anti-white, you're fighting the establishment, you're fighting the system that has his foot on our damn necks, that has us straightening and perming our hair for girls and boys, okay? For everybody, okay? Because we're trying to assimilate, we're trying to fit in, we've been brainwashed and been taught that this hair is not how it's supposed to be. That's why you hear people say things like, oh, she has good hair, when you see someone with some straight, or I can't think of whatever the number is. That's why we see so many YouTube channels with curly hair that have millions of followers, but I don't see a lot of, you know, YouTube channels with hair texture like mine, the beard texture like mine. That's why I get, you know, on folks when people make comments about, oh, you need to shave, you need to cut your hair, you need to do this. This is how my beard grows. This is how it is. I'm not putting any perm on it. I'm not straightening it. This is my hair. I felt like this movie was supposed to dig into that a little bit. Like, why this black girl cannot jump in this like thing? Why is it important for her to straighten her mother to straighten her hair? Like, I wanted, and they did not do this. Nappily Ever After, y'all did not. And I don't know if the book did it, but I feel like it's important. If you all are trying to sell this story to black women, owning your hair, owning yourself, you need to tell them where this shit comes from. You can't tell them, oh, stop buying weave. Even having what's name at the end of the movie say, oh, we need to be telling women that they don't need this and that to make their hair. No, like, y'all tried to be NDRE, but y'all were every continent in Africa, and it was just not that. Girl, it just was not. And I wanted to, but it was a couple of times I cringed, and it felt like it was just very goofy. It gave me the Dear White People of this black show, and just this black movie, and it's just, I wasn't here for it. Now I did like how they did like this little beautiful, you know, dark-skinned girl, you know, they were trying to tell her story of her fighting within herself and whatever. I felt like that was cute a little bit, and I'm glad that this, you know, man was telling her like, look, I'm trying to survive, but at the same time, I want to teach, you know, everybody, these black women, what they can and can't, like what helps their hair and what doesn't help their hair. I felt like Nappily Ever After was supposed to be that girl. Like, I really wanted it to be that. And I didn't walk away with no information. So I watched it, and someone made a comment and said that when she came in, that, you know, with her scarf on, that was unprofessional. And I asked one of my good girls, Miss Taryn, who writes for kingareads.com, who's also a very intelligent, beautiful black woman. I love her to death. She also meant, like, I asked her, I said, is it unprofessional? What is it? Is it unprofessional, sometimes anti-black? Because this woman has on a scarf. She's wearing a scarf to work. What's wrong with it? Because, you know, like, what's the issue? Like, because people will say the locks are unprofessional. People will say the braids are unprofessional. But we know, you know, locks and braids are good, like, things for our hair texture. Like, it helps, you know, promote growth and everything. Because when I start locking my hair started growing. Like, a lot of people have asked, like, Justin, what do you put in your hair? But I've not been doing anything. I just have a good loctician, and I will share his information below. He makes sure that he takes good care of my hair and tells me what I need to do, and he gets on me. Like, when I don't sleep, he knows when I ain't slept with no damn thing on my head. He knows when I ain't been moisturizing my hair, and he tells me, so I appreciate Jamal. But I felt like Nappily Ever After tried to go there, but they were missing the most important piece of the pie, and that is the anti-blackness that we have been taught. Like the stuff, the brainwashing. Why is it that we are straightening little girls' hair? This shit is, like, she's saying, this hurts. Like, she's going through this pain, and why are we doing it? I felt like they should have. And I want to know who's directing it, who was over the writing. I want to know a lot of folks, because I feel like a lot of hands were in this movie, and y'all missed the mark. I really felt like there was so much, and y'all had an opportunity to educate and inform and enlighten black and brown women about their hair and where all this stuff comes from. And we have a lot of women who are doing this natural hair stuff and owning it. And you have women who are wearing weaves and wigs and saying, look, I can do what I want to, but I don't. Just because I have on a weave or a wig does not mean I hate my hair. This is just how I like it. And I love that they said it's not that the hair texture is unmanageable. All hair texture is manageable with the right products. But if you go into the stores and stuff, you're seeing all this shit. Like all this, like even the shampoo that white people use for their hair is not good for our hair. And we have to understand it. It don't mean go crush up eggs and shit. I don't know what y'all doing with y'all hair, but like things, we need to get back to some of that and understanding our hair, because the products that we've been used are not for us. And this is some stuff for white folks, when they create these products and stuff, they ain't making that shit for us. That's why we have people like Madam C.J. Walker come out and say, look, like, let me sell some product and stuff to black women and stuff so they can take good care of their hair, because the stuff that I'm seeing ain't the tea, girl. Like, I thought I was supposed to be using Head and Shoulders. That shit don't work for my hair. That shit would have me walking around here look like Patch Adams, and I ain't finna be doing that. Nappily Ever After, and I had someone actually send me some hair product not too long ago. I'm gonna have to open it up. If you wanna send me anything, send it to my P.O. Box 78511, Atlanta, Georgia 30357. Send it to Justin or Kinga Reads, whatever. I really expected a lot, and I don't know if that's my fault. So I want to know, I'm asking everyone who watched Nappily Ever After, if you have not watched it, it's on Netflix, give it a ring, check it out. But if you did not like it, voice your opinion on social media. Voice it on my comment section. I'm also going to post on my Instagram, because I want to know how you all felt about the movie. Because in all honesty, I felt like Nappily Ever After should have been better. Especially if this is a movie that we're going to talk deep about black women and hair, a multi-billion-dollar industry, and you're not gonna tell black women where they got this stuff from, or black people where they got this, you know, straightening hair and wearing this. Like, y'all just not gonna go there. Y'all not gonna have these conversations. And I felt like that was a missed opportunity, and I think y'all did that on purpose. So what we have to do is we have to voice our opinions on shows like this, so Netflix can get it, so they can get it together. Because if we ain't telling them, like, girl, this ain't the tea, this ain't the work of the Lord, we need to voice our opinions and let these folks know this ain't it, that I am not interested in movies like this. I love when y'all come up with these threads on Twitter and stuff. I only ask that y'all put that shit in a blog post, but I love these think pieces. I love when people voice their opinions and how they felt about it, because I feel like these directors and these writers and these executive producers that are over this type of content and pushing it towards a black audience need to understand what they need to be telling us, because we're interested in the truth and not no white ass truth and the white lies that y'all trying to, little white lies, because we know those little white lies can mess us up for the next 100 and 200 years and shit, okay? Think about what we've been taught in high school and middle school and stuff. Like, think about how we were taught about Christopher Columbus and how did he really discover America? Like, all that type of stuff. Like, it's important for us to tell the truth, and we gotta hold these content creators who are creating this type of stuff accountable. So tell me what y'all thought about it. Post it, Twitter, hashtag, all that type of shit. Join in the conversation with me on Twitter, and I'll talk y'all later on tonight. Bye.
How you doing? Halloween costume contest. We do it every year. It's always a lot of fun. Let's get started. Our first caress.